You had the unique opportunity last week to have a bye going into the postseason. Was that a good thing?
I'd say absolutely. It's been a long 10 weeks getting to this point, I think we're in pretty good shape for going those 10 weeks. But I know that it's just kind of a nice mental break to get away, just have a couple practices this week or last week, and just really get your body refreshed. And everyone really felt good about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Nile said, going off that 10 weeks straight of playing games, have a lot of guys that are beat up, battling some injuries. Having this extra week here to be able to rehab, take care of those things was really important to be able to come out fresh this coming weekend.
The experience you guys had last year making that deep run, how much is going to help you think this year?
I think for me in the offense, it just shows, Coach Wheeler always talks about confidence comes from demonstrated ability. So knowing that, we can compete with, anyone in the country, I think is a really valuable lesson to have from last year, and to know that, no matter who we're going against, I think we'll be just fine. So having that in the back of our minds is always helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with a team of a lot of fourth years, fifth years, these are all guys that have played in those games, and it's definitely an incredible advantage. I mean, we had 4 extra games last year. That's half a season for most teams. So not just having, tough games that we were a part of, but extra games in general, having, 4 extra weeks of practice to be together and continue to work on our craft. So having that last year where we were challenged so many times week after week, going from, our last conference game of the season against Co, where we had to battle from behind, and then go and play lacrosse here, and then St. John. So all these teams, where we had to battle out, these gritty wins where we showed, that we have a tough group of guys, but guys that have seen and know what it takes to be able to get it done in those types of games.
How big an advantage is it to be playing here in Waverly at Walston Hoover?
Obviously we have a pretty good track record here. We really like to play at home. It just, it makes you feel more comfortable. But I think it's just we have a great fan base that really supports us, and a really cool environment to be a part of. So I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be rocking out here on Saturday. Hopefully it's planned, and as we continue to hopefully get a couple home games after that, as we put some wins together as a plan. But like Nile said, our track record at home is pretty undeniable at this point, having not lost here with our group of guys. So definitely something that we're looking forward to.
I don't think you'll sneak on people, maybe like a little bit last year, but how do you feel, now you're in a different position where you're maybe the hunted, going into this year's playoff run?
Yeah, it's kind of like all of this year where, each game you're going to get that team's best game throughout the year, regardless of when it is or who you're playing. So we're kind of at this point used to it, to where, teams they know who we are, what we did last year. There's no surprising them. So I feel like, even though they know that, I think we still have to prepare like we have every week to expect a team's best game, because at this point each team's playing to keep on playing. So it's important to just be prepared every week.
I probably don't have much to add other than that.
Oh, you're facing a team, I know you guys have #1 rush defense in the country. You're facing a team that throws for, I think, about 390 yards per game. I think they're putting up about 51 points.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you look forward to a challenge like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be a great challenge for our secondary, and a lot of guys that we have back there that can make plays. I think those guys are going to get the opportunity to do that on Saturday, and we're looking forward to it. Don't know a ton about them yet, being that it's Monday, but definitely know that they have some incredible playmakers. They got a 2,000-yard receiver, guy that we're definitely going to have to put a lot of focus into being able to contain. Good quarterback, this is an all-around good offense. But teams that are going to want to throw the ball like that, they're going to have to deal with a pass rush that they probably haven't seen something quite like ours yet. So hopefully, we'll do everything we can to prepare this week and be ready to roll defensively for that challenge. I'm excited for it, definitely.
When it comes to your preparation, can you prepare for a playoff game like any other week, or is the playoff game kind of in the back of the mind?
I'd say for just the whole team in general, it shouldn't be anything different than it has been the last 10 weeks. We just have to have the same mindset like we have going into each game. We want to be prepared as you can, have solid practices to where you figure stuff out on Tuesday, and then continue to progress through the week to when you get to Thursday, Friday, you're just polishing things up, polishing the game plan to make sure, you know, everyone's on the same page and we all know kind of how we're going to go out the game. So I think that's pretty important, just to understand that and just not change anything at this point. It's nothing new.
Yeah. I think one thing that we've always said is we don't have to get ready, we stay ready. And we've been doing that all year, treating every week like a championship week, because, I mean, every week is. If you drop a game in Division III football, we've seen that there's a good chance that you're not getting into the playoffs and you're not going to be able to do the things you want to do. So for us, it's just, you know, like we talk about it, probably sound like a repeated record, but it's just fighting for the life of our family. And we know that, and, you know, our chances, you know, got a lot of fifth years, got a lot of guys that this is our last chance to play together. So to be able to take every single moment that we have out here and just cherish it, and, you know, make sure we're taking advantage of every practice, every minute of film watch that we can have, so that we're ready to roll on Saturday and give ourselves an extra week to keep playing together.
As two of the big leaders on the team, maybe shine a spotlight on some of your teammates this season. Any growth or development that's really stood out to you from any of those guys?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Throughout the year, we've had guys continuously step up that have continued to make plays, and I don't think I can just highlight one. Obviously, you got guys like Hunter Clausen, who are, I guess from an offensive standpoint, I mean, he's incredible. He's awesome to play with, but I mean, that's not really a surprise as of what he did last year and years before. But as of surprises, I think that a lot of our team, we knew what we had coming in. They just had the chance to show it this year. So I'm really happy with, you know, the team, the whole, at least from offense as a collective, where we've gotten to. And where we started from last year, because it's mostly a lot of the same guys. So.
Yeah, and I say the same thing defensively. I mean, there's just so many guys that I could highlight, you know, like Jordan, what he's getting done on the D line, but also the rest of those guys down there, you know, having the chance to prove, you know, that they can get after anyone and any quarterback. And on the back end, you know, we obviously knew that the guys like Dylan Steen and Parker Rochford and Drew Eiffels, guys coming back from last year, but Caleb Lamphere stepping up into that spot, you know, one of our newer guys this year, and just proven and improving throughout the year that he's one of those guys that's going to make plays on the back end as well. So just, I mean, there's just so many guys, and just like, kind of like now, so like just complete trust in each other too. And defensively for us, that's so important. And we've been able to develop those relationships throughout the year and prove to each other, you know, we know what we can do, and play for each other's, you know, play for each other's backs there. So that's definitely something that we're comfortable with here too.
Owen specifically, kind of being the down-to-earth, humble guy that you are, you probably won't regret me asking this question, but you've received a lot of off-the-field recognition. You're gonna be up for a lot of awards off the field related to your play in the next month. In general, we've seen what you do on a football field. What allows you to keep such a high standard in every other aspect of your life, as those awards prove?
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I guess I'd say, you know, the way I was raised, you know, I've been so blessed with so many people in my life. Like, my support system is just incredible. Well, it'd be my teammates, my friends, my coaches, you know, my parents, all these people that have been placed in my life that have, you know, just pushed me to be where I am, and kind of taught me that, you know, everything you do in your life, just try to do to the best of your ability. You know, God's blessed me with so many gifts, and to have the opportunity to give back to this community, something that I cherish, and whether that be on the football field and in front of the Waverly fans, which we love, but also in this community with all these people that support us, is definitely something that I love to do.
Good luck Saturday.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.